Anything you do say may be given in evidence. I'm just going to put some handcuffs on you, all right?
It's on Charlie Road.
Charlie Road? Whereabouts? In the lay-by. Okay.
He's going to call this tomorrow morning.
Is she alive? No? Okay. Right, do you want to come with us?
This video is sponsored by DB Bulldogs. Don't forget to follow on social media and keep up to date with their story. Ross McCullam searched the internet for pornography and looked up stories to do with serial killers in the hours after he had disposed of his new girlfriend Megan Newborough's body. Police found that he'd looked up Levi Bellfield and the Soham killer Ian Huntley, as well as the Yorkshire Ripper, following the brutal murder that he had participated in. When he was asked by the police during the investigation why he did this, he said, "At the time, I was delusional. It was almost like a fantasy world." Ross even called Megan's phone in the hours after he had murdered her to see if she was okay, even though he knew that she was dead.
Help, babe, it's Ross. I'm just worried about you. If you haven't rang back or, text me or anything. No, it's probably nothing. Probably friends go to fell asleep, but yeah, I'm just worried, that's all. I had a fun time earlier. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Probably.
This week, Ross McCullam from Colville, Leicester, has been found guilty of the murder of his former work colleague. On Friday the 6th of August 2021, 23-year-old Megan visited Ross at the home that he shared with his mother and father. Neither of them were in at the time, and the pair had recently started dating. She had told family that she was going to go for a walk with Ross, a man that she worked with, and they both worked in a laboratory. It was inside the home that he then stabbed her 14 times, brutally killing her and also strangling her. In a desperate bid to try to find her after she'd been reported missing, the family used a tracking app and located her phone in the Whitwick area. The police then arrested Ross on suspicion of her kidnap. And when the police asked him where Megan was, he said she was dead and her body was left in Charlie Road in Woodhouse Eaves.
Hi, is that Ross?
Hi, it is Ross, yeah.
Hi Ross, my name's Mia, I'm a police officer with Warwickshire Police.
Ross McCullam pretended he too was worried where she was.
Hello, we've just come to your mum and dad's house. We're just looking for Megan, she's been reported missing. Have you seen her at all?
She came on Friday. I've been trying to call her loads.
Police were immediately deployed to the area and found her in the remote, overgrown hedgerow. It was at this point that Ross was then arrested on suspicion of murder and the investigation was passed to the East Midlands Special Operations Unit. In the interview, he told the police that he'd strangled her before cutting her throat. He then said he placed her body in the passenger seat of her own car and drove from her home, disposing of her body in a lay-by. He then would carry on driving to Loughborough, where he abandoned the vehicle and returned home, and he was caught on CCTV changing his clothes at this time. On the 10th of August 2021, Ross was charged with Megan's murder. Ross would deny murder but pled guilty to manslaughter. McCullam had said in his defence that him and Megan had engaged in sexual activity, and he said that he felt awkward and started having flashbacks to when he was sexually abused as a child, and then he said that he just exploded and it was a rage, a blind rage. I pushed forward with all my strength and I felt like a volcano. Pictures of McCullam's bedroom as well would have shown the state that it was in and the fact that he'd spent the time looking for pornography and serial killers following her murder. He was found guilty on the 12th of December at Leicester Crown Court following a trial that lasted for several weeks. The senior investigating officer, Jenny Hegg, said, "First and foremost, I want to send my condolences to Megan's family. Today's outcome after this lengthy trial is great, and the details of the days leading up to her death and his attempts to cover it up. He has never been able to give a full explanation as to why he killed Megan, but it is without a doubt that he caused pain to her family and friends. She was only 23 and she had a whole life ahead of her." And the family of Megan Newborough said, "We simply don't know where to begin. We're a large, close-knit family, and our lives have been well and truly ripped apart. Megan shone like a star. Everyone she came into contact with, she brought joy to their lives, and she excelled at work and was an enthusiastic dance teacher and had a lot of students." They went on to say that she was a good judge of character and she knew who could and couldn't be trusted, and she left the home that night in a very happy mood and she had no idea what was facing her. This story is truly heartbreaking and definitely makes you think about when is it right to go to meet somebody or go to somebody's home. And at the end of the day, some people are very good at being deceiving and making out like they're nice people, when in reality they are anything but this. So I want to send my condolences to the family of Megan and her friends as well, and how many lives that were affected by this death. And I'll definitely keep you updated on the sentencing that will take place later this month.
I genuinely believe, having investigated this from the offset, that Ross enjoyed killing Megan. I genuinely think that it excited him, and I genuinely believe that he had the potential to kill again.